Here we go. Hey everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I am here today with Ingrid Riegler, a digital marketer. And I thought we'd take an inside view of her life and her experiences and kind of what's going on with her. So thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here as well. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
inviting me.
my pleasure. So, yeah, just maybe orient the audience to who you are. Like, what do you do? Do you have any other work that you do? And where you live? Do you have a family? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, so my name is Ingrid Riegler. I'm a mom of two girls. They are 12 and 9 years old. And I'm originally from Italy, but my mother language is German. And I always like to, I traveled a lot. And I started to live abroad pretty early in my life. And then, with my husband, we changed a lot of countries, and now we live in the States. So yeah, that's about it. And I studied tourism management, but I basically never really worked in the tourism industry after my studies.
Yeah.
I mainly worked in sales and in all kinds of positions. But then once I had my girls and we moved around so much, I kind of let my life behind and my career behind. And of course, I think a lot of you moms can,
Yeah.
especially expat moms, can resonate with that everything goes first and then you are basically the last one, right? So that's what happened with me. And I was always looking for something, because I never knew how long we would stay in a country. And so basically, and sometimes I was not even able to work because of, bureaucracy. So it was
Sure.
really looking for something that I could take with me everywhere I went, and also would give me like money-wise benefits. Just something for me, something for myself. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's basically, and then I,
That's so hard, Ingrid, as a mother, that we're always fighting against that, right? Like, and then,
yeah,
so easy to feel like, oh my God, there's only crumbs left over. What's left for me? Like, where do I get to pursue my own dreams? And I don't even have time to think about my own dreams. Like, they're all integrated into the family. It becomes the family dream instead of your
yeah,
own dream. And the family dreams are
exactly.
wonderful and amazing, but we can lose sight of our own dreams.
Exactly. Yeah, I always say, as moms, we tend to leave our dreams in the corner of our treasure box. That's how I call it, with all our dreams and not only our dreams, but what we want to achieve, I always had a lot of things in mind, and then you kind of go with the flow, and instead of really living, you are surviving the day-to-day routine, and you just kind of go. And for me, it was basically chasing my husband. And
Yeah.
yeah, so around the world. So and you come to a point where sometimes also situations change, also family situations change, but your situation should never determine your destination. And this was one, I don't know, but where I heard it, but it was definitely when I started this business like 6 months ago. Um, and it's so true. I said, when you have this epiphany, I had a lot of epiphanies since, since starting, but I kind of said, yeah, that's so true. It should never. And sometimes, people just let themselves go because of the situation. Then, but actually we are the ones that build the house, that is our life. And so I just did not want to go on one more day just surviving.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just wanted to do something that I could say tomorrow, you know, I'm not there yet, but I could just say tomorrow, okay, if I have to leave this world, I really know that I did something important and I'm going to leave an impact and a legacy for my kids.
Yeah.
So
Amazing. So how did you get into digital marketing, and what were you doing before then?
before that, so yeah, I always kind of had my husband in his business, and then I, you know, as I said, I just wanted to do something for myself, and that I was not dependent of anyone.
Yeah.
Because I love to be independent. I always have been independent. Kind of, you know, I kind of felt like boxed into a situation that I did not like anymore. And so you know, I found network marketing. And at the beginning, I really thought it was the answer to my dreams and to what I really wanted to do. But the hassle behind it was, and I still love the products, but the hassle and behind it was so big, you know, and kind of, you know, kind of slowly my burning flame, you know, kind of was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, smaller and smaller and smaller, excuse me. And it also, yeah, the community, I want something a little bit more, just more. I did not know what it was, but I was looking for, but yeah. And then, you know, basically I was, I met a girl, and she has this online, like a Facebook group for women, and she invited me, and there was, you know, one lady that then afterwards became my mentor for this business, and I was always wondering, what the heck is she doing, you know, because she really, I had the feeling she was herself, you know, while in my other online business, I always thought I had to kind of be somebody else in order to succeed. And she was really, you know, and I said, wow, I have to find out what she's doing, you know. And so that's how basically I got into this business, which, you know, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So I love that. I love how we get led sometimes into these journeys and we find what we're really looking for, just, you know, organically like that. So I met you in Australia, and you supported me. We met because I was looking for some help at the moment, and you were amazing. But and so I would love to hear, though, like, we had this incredible event that really impacted us in a massive way. Like, what were some of your experiences there, and what were some of your takeaways too from Australia, from the Freedom Fest?
Yeah, you know, I truly believe nothing happens for a reason. There's always, there's no mistake, you know, in life. I always think that everything happens for a reason. Why I actually kind of bumped into this business, I think it's not by mistake, but I really think there was something, and why we met, you know, there's always, yeah, meaning to it. So Australia was, it was in all the countries I really wanted to live or to visit. It was never a country that said, oh, wow, you know. So I was always a little bit, you know, yeah, I'm going to go to Australia. But, and even the day before, I was not sure, you know, if I would really go, even though everything was planned, you know, I had everything paid. And then, you know, some people say, oh, you know, because I'm from Middle East, so, you know, the situation that we are having right now already started. So I really said, are you crazy? You know, and I said, I don't know. So I was kind of, and then I asked my two best friends there from Italy as well that live in my same city, and they go, no, you have to go. You have to go. First of all, because I really think that, you know, it's gonna be good for you, and then because we want to know, you know, how it was Freedom Fest. So I went, and some of the people, so we rented this mansion. Some of the people I had never seen. I just I just saw on the online space, and
Yeah, you rented a mansion with like 15 people or something.
like 14 of us, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. And,
Yeah.
and
some of you knew each other and some of you didn't.
yeah, so but I never had a bad feeling about it. I kind of always said, it's gonna be, and I was so right, from the beginning, from like all the people that were in the mansion with me to Freedom Fest. It was something totally different. I've never, also because let me tell you this, I always wanted to be more spiritual, but I never kind of really was, I mean, religious, but more meaningful, more working on myself, because everybody of us goes through some crazy times in our lives, right? But not many of us realize how important it is to work on that, to work on ourselves, to do all this inner work, and when my mentor told me about all this inner work, this business is 80% inner work, 20% strategy, I kind of did not understand, So I went to Freedom Fest, and I really did not know what to expect, but it was really mind-blowing. And the biggest takeaway for me was, well, there were all the speakers, and everybody was good, but Preston Smiles was for me, just because I always speak from my heart, and I always speak about things that really happened to me, or my experience. So I really know what my soul mission is now. So it was really mind blowing, and because
So through his presentation, you figured out what your soul mission is?
yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I just don't know. It's just like something poof, and I said, okay, yeah, this is it. I have to go for it, and so there are lots of projects I have in store, and it's kind of, they are pretty exciting,
Yeah. Do you want to share that with us, or?
Yeah, I have a couple of projects I want to do, especially for people that are in same situations like I am. So I just don't want to go into this right now, but you will see. But yes, because just, there's sometimes we are just in very, very difficult situations that we don't know how to handle. And especially as moms and women, as expats, sometimes we feel alone, and so I really would like to create a couple of communities online, just to be closer, and maybe also to be a solution financially for different situations for women, especially for women, for life situations, because as said, our situation should never be our destination, So, but sometimes the courage behind it, and the fear how we will be judged or discriminated, is so big, especially depending on social statuses or stigmas around different situations. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because, I mean, I've had moments in my life where I haven't been safe, and that discrimination is sometimes very real, and sometimes it's not too. Sometimes it's really just the fear in our mind.
Yeah.
Whereas we could really find someone who's understanding and helpful to us, and supportive, and can help us through, but we don't take action because we're so stuck in that fear.
Yeah, this is another very interesting thing that I found in this business is the community. I think it's very, very different for anything else that I have ever experienced, and very real. And I really, because like, even though we are all far away, there is not one person in this business of mine that that lives in my city. So we're all far away.
Yeah.
But we hear each other every single day in one way or the other. And this is really what I needed to have the courage to do what I really wanted to do all my life, to help the less fortunate, to make an impact, to be to build safe spaces for women that might be discriminated for one thing or the other. So this is, and I never felt I was judged or, so it really feels good. It really feels good to have a community that has your back.
Yeah, very cool. And I have the same experience without question. Like, yeah, always I have a place to go with a concern or like a challenge I have or whatever. There's always a place to go for that.
Yeah.
So what does a day in the life of Ingrid Riegler look like? Like what, yeah. And I know right now we're in a little bit different times, but
yes. Right now we're in different times because I feel like I'm a homeschooling mom, which a lot of my new friends, mom friends, they're great at it, but I'm not. So I'm kind of right now we are in spring break, but so yeah, basically I get up, I usually get the kids ready to go to school, and then I go to my other business 3 times a week, which basically is the business of my husband. And
so what's your other business right now? Okay.
excuse me, say it again.
We get a little at the business of your husband's. Looks like we're having a little delay here.
Okay, now I hear you again.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead, Ingrid.
Okay. Yeah. So and then and then I just work on my business, which well, I forgot very important routine that I have now in the mornings. Is I have my morning routine. So I usually do prayer, meditation, and journaling. Sometimes if I get up a little bit later, journaling or whatever it is that is going to be afterwards when the kids are in school. But this is something for my inner work that I have adopted, and it was new for me. But it really helped me a lot with growing. With growing, like yeah, yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah. So and then the kids are in school, and I just do all the things I need to do as a mom, but I work my business in the nooks and crannies of my daily life. So yeah. It's not, I try to keep a structure, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. And so, usually like 2 hours a day, I am really dedicating on my online business, whatever that, whatever that means that specific day. Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't happen like 2 hours. So I kind of have to squeeze the things in. I do a lot I do a lot of things in the car, usually not right now, but do a little, lives and posts, because this business is basically online, especially social media. So I do a lot in my car. And I have to laugh all the time because people probably think I live in my car, but no, it's not the case. And I love to do, I love to work out. So I get peace outdoors. So, and where I live right now, it's, I can just go up the hill and have my peace. And so, yeah, that's what.
Where do you live?
I live in northern Nevada. I live near Tahoe. Yeah. And
Beautiful.
so we have a lot of nature, and yeah, I feel really blessed. I would have never thought that I would, land in this spot. So, but it's a real blessing. It has been a real blessing for us. Yeah, this is another thing that I found out about myself, that I really find peace in nature, outdoors, when I'm just running or hiking or whatever. Yeah.
Very cool. Great. Well, and maybe just one last question about, like, that personal development piece that you kind of talked about a little bit. Like, what have been some of the things that you've learned about yourself or appreciated in terms of the personal development piece that you get from this business?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Where I grew up, it's personal development is not that big, or at least probably not my generation. It's coming. And so when I started to really talk about spirituality, or talk about daily routines I do, it's kind of funny because people thought that I was going crazy. Especially people back home, because
Right.
it's it's not something that people really do a lot. And so, but and honestly, as it's also always old beliefs, right, that you are getting handed down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
And so for me, I didn't think that it was really important, for me, but personally. But we have so many trainings, and we have so many things in this business that help us to really grow. And this is so important for our success, right? I started to follow, I don't know, very successful people in different industries, and all of them kind of did something for self-growth and to a lot of inner work.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and so, I just do different things. It can be, doing some trainings that we have online, or connecting with different people that, are speakers that were presented to us, and also, different leaders in our business, they hand us over a lot of trainings for ourselves, or for inner work. So we do a lot of things, actually, in this business, if we want it or not, in one way or the other. And so at the beginning, I really thought it was a lot, but you can always you always find what is best for you, because what is not maybe what is important to me is not important to you. And so you really figure out what really suits you, so.
Yeah. Wonderful.
But it's just great that, all different possibilities are presented to us in this business,
Yeah.
They're on the silver plate, sort of.
Yeah, amazing. It's so true. It's so
Yeah.
true. I love it. Great. Well, I just really want to thank you so much for taking your time to spend with us and share yourself here on your journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I look forward to connecting with you again. I'm sure we will.
Absolutely. I would love to. And then, my life right now is a total, it's changing. So my family situation is changing. So, yeah, we will see in a couple of months, maybe we will have another chat and see how our lives have changed.
Right, right. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us. I so appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a
All
wonderful
right.
day. Bye.
Yeah,
Talk
you
to you soon.
too.
Love you all.
Okay. Bye-bye. You guys